is Cayenne, and I'm here with my A5 Hobonichi Day Free that I use to journal my daily pages in. And I just have some glimpses here of my progress this week working on my daily pages. You see the last day of February on the left with that cute little camera guy by Pocket Journal Pam, and the first day, or the kind of like the introduction page to March on the right side, and I have the word March is from a printable from Pocket Journal Pam. Super cute. I love her months that she's been doing. And then I'm just kind of filling in the page a little bit with some of my own printables here. I like having kind of an introduction page, and sometimes I write my goals or things like that here. I haven't been doing as good at that lately, but I kind of don't want to give up that page, so I've just been using it as a place to do kind of like a, I don't know, maybe a little bit of a collage or maybe some writing, whatever it needs to be at the beginning of the month. And then I move right into March 1st. That little hand has a image of the Ukraine in there, and it says pray for Ukraine, which I ordered as a digital download from a Ukrainian Etsy seller, and just a reminder to keep them in our thoughts and prayers in that situation. Then I just kind of journaled a bit about my day. I had worked on some art and then some filming, and just kind of recorded, you know, the mundane things of the day. Nothing usually very exciting happens on my days, but I just find lots of joy in even the little things, and so I try to record those. And you know, life is so precious and it goes by so fast, and so I just want, this is a way for me to make the most of every moment that we're granted, and so I really enjoy doing that. It really helps me be mindful of the treasure of each day. The big Tuesday on the left, along the left side, is by Loveland's Life, and I also love her printables. And the big jumbo day of the week like that is kind of fun. The other printables with the dates are from my own March patron sheets. And then otherwise I just have some pictures of like the art that I was working on. The picture at the top that says good morning was just a picture of the sunrise out my front door that morning, which I always really enjoy. So mainly there's a lot of new things that this is another printable, but it obviously was a little too big, so I'm kind of just searching for what'll fit because I don't have much to write about on this day. And that's kind of my strategy, is either writing big headlines or using printables or collage bits in to kind of as space fillers. So that's what I'm doing right now. I'm just kind of hunting through to find something that will fit well there. Since I spent the day making art, I decided on these little art emoji characters that were also in my March pages, and I just added a little bit of washi tape that I think was from Pipsticks, and just as kind of like a little base for these art supplies to sit on. I'd done a pretty good job of doing, you know, just at least a little bit on each page as I went through the week, so that does make it easier as I go back and catch up. So I, you know, these stickers and things that were already on there. The little Friday was also in my last month's Patreon sheets, and I had little characters for the days, each of the days of the week on there. I just stuck on that little yellow slip that's kind of curling up as a little Himawari date sticky that's from jet pens. I keep looking back to see what, I did on each day. So that's what you see me doing there, is just taking a step back and looking. We had babysat our two of our grandchildren on Friday evening, and so those little characters that you see are from James Burke, and I just thought they kind of represented my little friend kids, so I put those on there. The dates on this page are by Pocket Journal Pam, and we're on her March patron sheets. And here I'm using a Tombow marker to kind of, one of my accomplishments for the day was getting my monthly newsletter out, which all of that kind of stuff is a struggle for me to get done. I know it's important and I need to do it. So I was proud of myself. It's only the 3rd of the month and I had my newsletter out. So I made note of that. I'm looking through the faces for my own Patreon sheets to see what'll fit here, and I found this little woman that fit nicely in the spot I had for her. And then I just do some journaling, double checking again to see what I had done that day. That has worked so well for me to just make that tiny little note each day. If I don't do anything else before I go to bed, I record just a little bit about my day and also write a little bit in my 5-year journal. I cut out this dreams from a phrase from one of Loveland's Life's printables, and I really like her cut out letters that she used to create words, and I think those are going to be really fun to use. I'm pulling out some Pick Sticks washi tape that has some little mail icons on it, just to make note that I'd sent out my sticker club and collage packs on that day. And then I'm just using my Tombow marker to make kind of a border around these pages and tie them together. Then I'm going on to the next, which is partway done. I worked on art and kind of really struggled with a piece, and so I used my inner critic sticker on that page, because I just need to kind of hush up sometimes. That inner critic that talks, I think most people deal with that at some point or other, and we just kind of need to silence that inner critic. On these pages I included some food labels. Again, I think they're fun and designed cool, and just a neat thing to include. I think that'll be interesting, in years to come. I also ordered some washi tape from James Burke, and so I included his business card and the washi tape label on the other page. The 7 is from it's actually something I found in a parking lot somewhere, but I thought it was kind of fun and would make a fun date. I think it's from a brewery company or something, and I'm not sure if 7 is part of the name or what. I'm drawing in a little pan of cookies here to show some cookies that I baked that evening, and a little bit of recording about I was getting some food ready for an event, and so I talked a little bit about that. had phone conversations with several of my kids, so I have this little phone that's off of I had a telephone collage sheet available to my patrons that I got that off of there. I'm looking here for some words to cut out from Pocket Journal Pam. In one of her sheets, it says, "Do you?" And then just kind of filling in with some other, like I did some film, some YouTube editing that day, and had Bible study that morning and talked a little bit about that. Had a really big to-do list on Friday, and I was kind of tired because it'd been a busy week. So I put this "You got this" little phrase from Love Lynn's Life that she had as a digital for her patrons, and I again love the little collage words that she made. This pile of dishes is probably one of my own printables that I've used the most. It seems like the dishes are always stacking up on us, and we're always having to catch up, and so unfortunately way too often that the dishes are piled up for us. I just kind of use Tombow markers to write kind of some headings for things that kind of events of the day or things that I worked on, or whatever, and then just kind of used those to define the spaces that then I did some writing. I'm finding some little bits here. This is a sheet from Courtney Diaz that I've had for a little while, and I just cut out some parts of her journal and one of her little monsters that I think was doing some sewing, and I was working on some fiber art while I watched a movie that night, so that worked out real well. And then just doing a little bit of journaling, and I'm using Emont markers. They're permanent markers, which, well, they're water resistant. They don't call them permanent, they're water resistant, which I appreciate, because then if I end up doing some watercolor or something, I don't have to worry so much about them bleeding. So I've been using those quite a bit lately, and this time I had them handy while I was journaling, so I took advantage of journaling in some different colors too, which is something I don't often do. I kind of tend to journal in whatever's handy, so if I don't have my colored pens handy, then I don't use them. The big 11 at the bottom corner of this page is by Lynn, and I stuck on one of my little doodle heads that says tired on this page as well, because I just was feeling so exhausted and ready for a vacation, which is not going to be coming anytime soon. Now I've flipped back to my monthly page where I record, each day things that happen, and I got some new washi tape, so I'm kind of filling in those spots that don't have days on there. And then I'm also pulling out my 5-year journal. I had, I think, just a couple days that I had missed, and so I'm going back and catching those up, using my record there to remind me about what happened those days. So I don't use a whole lot of stickers and things in this book, but I did make an exception on this day because I love the storm cloud that I made, and we had a stormy, sleety, wintry day, and so I put that in there on one of the days that I'd missed. And then on this page, I had actually written on the wrong day and had to paste a bit of Tomoe River paper over that entry, and I use one of these little bits by Pocket Journal Pam. It says family time, and I had gone to eat with my son and his family that night, and so that was fitting for there. So as you see, I'm doing a little bit of decorating in there, but I do try to keep it to a minimum so I don't get it too bulky, and I also want to leave room for, I've got 4 more years for my entries to make after this one, so I don't know what all I might want to include there. So that's it for this time. Thank you so much for watching, and hope you come back soon.